everything. And it's so frustrating. We have had to know that this administration was going to come down for Atlanta and Fulton County for the last 12 months. And it's a predominantly African American county. The city is almost 50-50. And the low lying fruit for me is that every African American elected official in the city should have coalesced and got together and talked about a strategy. What happens if ICE comes to town, or if the FBI comes in, the Trump sends in this corrupt DOJ to come and try to steal our election information. And I just don't understand why they didn't get together over the last 12 months and come up with a strategy. It's always reactionary. All these African American ministers here, some of the richest in the state, in the country, and all these elected officials all across the state who are African American for the most important county, African American county in the state, and the most important city in the state that has African American leadership, didn't get together and come up with a strategy before this happened. It's just mind boggling. And these are the people we elect. This is the best we got. There needs to be more people running no matter what your background. More people who have more creative ways, ideas of dealing with problems. And a lot of us need to get off the sidelines. Because this reactionary position and this sticking your head in the sand, hoping that it doesn't come your way, when all the evidence is showing that it's coming your way, is shameful. It's just flat out shameful. It's just shameful. We got African American commissioners, African American councilmen, African American commissioners in South Fulton, African American mayors in South Fulton County, we had an African American mayor in Atlanta. You telling me that y'all couldn't find a way to come together and say, hey, this is coming down the pipeline, that egos couldn't be set aside for the greater good of the community? And I say African American, and I keep telling people this because they say, well, why do you always say African American? Because we always vote on the right side of policy. So however we vote is always good for other people. You couldn't get together. All of y'all, none of you all thought to say, hey, let me reach out to so and so. Let me reach out to so and so. Let me. I know somebody that knows the mayor. Let me call him. Let me get the head of the Fulton County Commissioner, if Mr. Pitt, Chairman Pitts will come. We got to get together to come up with a strategy. And we're supposed to be the city that leads. This shit is so frustrating. It's just mind-boggling. So now we're reacting again. We're reacting at the beginning of the session. And here's the kicker about Georgia. Anybody that believes Brian Kemp likes Donald Trump is crazy. I suspect Brian Kemp can't stand Donald Trump. I suspect his wife can't stand him even worse. So you weren't going to have any opposition. It's just good political politics for Brian Kemp to just sit back. But you couldn't get together, all these people, Lakeema Williams, Lucy McBath, Sanford Bishop, Hank Johnson, David Scott's office, all the people on the city council, all the people on the county commission. Y'all couldn't get together to come up with some strategy that had our community ready for this? Through fundraising and money, through pleading. Well, why are you here if you're not going to lead? And you can't come up with good ideas. And you can't get together. What are we doing? You come across as feckless and ineffective. And now we have one county commissioner, which is Mo, coming out strongly on social media, and we haven't seen any of the men do it. This is so fucking terribly disappointing. But we are where we are because we elected these people who aren't fighters in the slightest. They learned nothing about the civil rights movement of the past. Nothing. They are nothing like those people. They're comfortable. They get a great salary. And we let them coast, which we should. Do what you gotta do. But when it's time to fight, you should earn your money. It's just ridiculous. It's just flat out ridiculous.